Hi, guys. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the live stream. Gonna try this again, you guys. Hopefully, I don't get cut off like I did last time using my new equipment. Okay, you guys, we are going to start this good live here. And I have some good what I call I love my good meditative music, you guys. And so I have that going here in the background. And so let me know if that's too loud as we get to talking here, you guys. My nose has been running a bit, you guys. So before we get started, I want to go and get some tissue as well as get my favorite lemonade drink. So as you guys are coming in, be sure to hit the like button. Let me just go get my drink and go get some tissue so that I don't have to get interrupted blowing my nose or going to get tissue when I begin reading these articles. I'll be right back. Okay, go back in there, Jack. Now, who told you to come out? Now you go right back in there. Go, Jack. Who told you to come out here? Okay, you guys, I am back. I am back. I had to blow my nose. I'm sure that won't be the last. You guys, look at my little good, fabulous tree. As you guys are coming in, don't be rude. Say hello. Say hello. I had to also get my furry little house shoes, you guys. They're actually like they have fur in them. They look like socks, but they're way thicker than a sock. But they feel soft and comfy like a sock. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. As you guys could see from the title, that we are going to be talking about. Again, you guys, let me know when you're coming in if the music is too loud because I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Um, so we're going to be talking about this good TD Jakes, this religion, these fake pastors out here. You guys will remember from one of my last lives, I was telling you guys that I stopped following TD Jakes years ago. Like years ago, I was in my 20s when I stopped following TD Jakes. And so with all of these new things and revelations that are coming about now, I am like completely shocked at what's going on. Shocked in the fact that it's kind of all coming out, but not shocked to hear that this is coming about from TD Jakes. Because if you guys remember, I told you guys before that um when I met TD Jakes at a book signing, that the energy that I was pulling from this man was like, no, absolutely no. I did not vibe with him at all. His spirit just no longer. After following this man for years, when I finally actually met him in person and picked up his energy, I told you guys look at the other live. And I explained to you guys that the energy that I was picking up off of TD Jakes, I was like, no, it was all about the business. It was all about the money. I was not getting spiritual leader from him at all. And as a result, I stopped supporting him and I stopped following him. And so now I find it to be very interesting with all these new revelations coming out about TD Jakes, because I was telling people back then, like I said, you guys, I believe this was like either 99 or 2000. And I was telling people back then, I was like, I know how you feel. I used to follow this man too, but I was telling them after meeting him at that book signing, I was like, his energy's not right. I was like, this is not a spiritual leader you want to follow. So it's kind of interesting, and I find it to be kind of fascinating that all these things are coming out about TD Jakes allegedly. Okay, so TD Jakes, you guys. So this is funny because I have mentioned to you guys previously in other lives that I feel like humanity is like going through this like awakening, like humanity is like purging itself of all of the nonsense, and people are starting to wake up. And part of that is like waking up to these, false prophets and fake pastors and like the downfall of a lot of those priests that were exposed. And so I was saying this for a while, that it's like people are starting to wake up. And so this is why I'm so fascinated by this TD Jakes story. Also, this TD Jakes, you guys, before we read the article, I'm gonna just kind of give you guys some backstory, just in case you don't know. I don't know. It's all over the internet. What they say the internet, they didn't broke the internet. So apparently, like, what happened is that recently, you guys remember in a previous live I did where we were talking about this court case between Cassie, who was the ex-girlfriend of Puff Diddy, P. Diddy. I know you guys are like, what P. Diddy got to do with TD Jakes, if you guys haven't been following this. So anyway, apparently there was some connection throughout this lawsuit that Cassie filed against all of the treacherous and horrific things and the heinous things that she was claiming that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, did to her, Cassie. And you guys will remember that before it even went any further, within 24 hours, P. Diddy settled that lawsuit with Cassie. And it has been rumored that, it's gone from like maybe he paid her 20 million, maybe he paid her 30 million, even as high as like maybe he paid her 100 million to basically like silence her, shut her up, because she clearly had proof and evidence of the different things that she was claiming. And one of the things that she was claiming in her lawsuit, Cassie, was that P. Diddy was involved and had these freak offs. And so she was saying that in these freak offs, P. Diddy would have her engaging with these other male pros. I guess we can't say the word, you guys, but like an adult worker, PROs. Yes. So anyway, so one of the things that Cassie was claiming was that P. Diddy would have her engaged in these freak offs and having intimacies, if you will, with these male pros. Okay. Well, I guess what recently happened is that allegedly these documents or proof, or what you guys call receipts or whatever, was allegedly handed over to the authorities. And apparently a YouTuber or a content creator said that he had direct source that the part of the information and the documents and the receipts that Cassie passed along to the authorities included information about TD Jakes. So apparently, TD Jakes, it had been known out there in the community that TD Jakes had been like hanging out with P. Diddy. And apparently, like people and members of his community, TDJ's community, was like not really happy about this because they know that P Diddy is like he, what does he have to do with the church basically? And so the fact that TD Jakes was, had video footage of being at, P Diddy's party and singing happy birthday with him, and it's like all this like suspicious like video footage, man, I tell you, the internet is hilarious. I mean, they done dug up everything. And so they have, dug up like all this old footage of TD Jakes and P. Diddy together. And P. Diddy putting his head on the shoulder of TD Jakes. It does. It looks weird. It looks out of place. So apparently, like TD Jakes following have been saying that they were not okay with this. Like they were not okay with the fact that their bishop, TD Jakes, has such close affiliation with P. Diddy. They have been saying this years ago, though, you guys. Well, with this new revelation of apparently Cassie and this lawsuit against P. Diddy, when she apparently had to hand over apparently burner phones and tapes and recordings and all this, apparently, allegedly, some of the information on these receipts, if you will, that she had to hand over to the authorities included TD Jakes. You guys, let me say this. Hi, CC said, hi, Tracy. Love the purple and pearl. CC, I had to put on some pearls today. Because we're about to talk about the good bishop. You like you got to wear your pearls and clutch your pearls. So I said, let me put on my pearls while we talk about the good bishop today. If you guys are sensitive, or if you are a devout follower of TD Jakes and you don't like anybody saying anything bad about your bishop and your pastor, turn off the video now, because we are about to go in and I'm sure you're about to be insulted. So if you are a sensitive person and you follow TD Jakes, don't even watch this video, because I'm not in the business of just trying to tee people off. Okay. But what I am in the business of, and the reason why I wanted to make this video, though, you guys, is that I want to make this video so that you guys can start to wake up, so that you guys can start to wake up and become aware and realize the different things that I'm always telling you guys, which is stop worshiping another human. Stop putting these humans up on pedestals. I don't care if they do say that they are a man of the Lord and they up there, they're preaching. And if they have this great delivery like TD Jakes has, this is clearly a gift of this man. He knows how to deliver. His cadence and the way he speaks, I know it just draws you in, because it did the same thing to me when I was in my 20s. So I'm telling you, I get it. I understand. But I am also a person of discernment. I told you guys, I have always been a person off of energy, even when I was a small child. And people would say, why don't you want to hang around so and so? Why don't you want to be around Uncle so and so? And I'm like, their energy. I wasn't saying the words energy, but I was just a little kid, you guys. I would just like kind of be off on my own, hiding up under the table, just so I didn't have to like talk or associate with certain adults, because I was just like, I didn't have the words then. I didn't have the vocabulary then, but I was feeling like this person's energy and their spirit is just not resonating with me, and I do not want to be affiliated with it. And as a result, when I started growing up and becoming an adult, some of those same family members that I was like, no. Some of those same people that family would have around us as kids, that I was just like, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not getting a good vibe off of this person. Later came out, like this TD Jakes nonsense, that they were full of it, that they are monsters. So my goal in making these lives and talking to you guys about these fake pastors and this religion, and talking about people like a TD Jakes and an Eddie Long and all these type of men who hide behind the cloth, if you will. To me, they are the worst monsters because they hide behind the cloth, knowing that most people look at these men, who hide behind this Bible and going up there preaching and leading. They know that most people look at them like they are just sacred. And this to me is the biggest offense, because they know that most people just out the gate, just because they say they are a pastor or a bishop or a deacon, that most times most people just kind of immediately kind of let their guard down, like, oh, they have to be saved. Just because they say that they are a priest, most people are like, well, but it has to be okay to send my kids around them. And so I am here to tell you guys, stop putting your kids around these people. Stop just letting down your guards, your normal discernment that you would have for just the regular human out there. Normally, we would go out there if a person is not, affiliated with the Bible or the church or religion. It seems like more often we, our guards are up and we're like, no, I need to get to know you. Or, absolutely not. I'm not about to just let you, have access to my kids or let my kids stay the night at your house and things like that. Because, it's like, I need to get to know you. But oftentimes it's humans, you guys, when somebody says they are a pastor, they are a priest, they are a deacon, they are a bishop, we immediately kind of let our guards down, like, oh, they sacred, they sanctified, they won't do anything harmful to me, my family, or my kids. And I am just here to continue, and I will do this as long as I am breathing, to continue to remind you guys that these people are freaking humans. They are no different. They are no more special than you. This is why I'm always preaching on here. You are your own God. You're also your own demon, but you are your own God. Stop looking to these other humans as if they are more Christ-like or God-like. And then therefore, when things like this with this TD Jakes, when this comes about, you guys won't be so shocked. You won't be so disappointed. I'm seeing a lot out here of people and members of TD Jakes church, or people who follow him, are just like so disappointed. They are so freaking heartbroken. And I'm just like, you guys, TD Jakes is just a human. Oprah Winfrey, these are just humans. Tyler Perry, they're just humans. They have talents. They are very talented people, yes, but stop putting these people up on pedestals. I promise you, they are going to continue to disappoint. So we're going to read here about how this all kind of came about, you guys, with this kind of, how what that they say blew up the internet, because people are just like all over TD Jakes, like, this bastard. You guys know I don't take myself seriously, so I don't take a TD Jakes or nobody else too seriously. Life is not supposed to be all about that, but it is supposed to be about you guys understanding and knowing what life is supposed to be about. You enjoying life, that you are your own individual God. You don't need to look to and get advice from another flawed human. As I've told you guys before, get somewhere, get quiet, meditate, and you go directly to the source and you ask the source, reveal this person to me. I tell you guys all the time, I do this with any and everybody. I go to the source directly and I say, reveal this person to me. Is this person good? Is this person right? Is this person right for me? Should I include this person in my life, in my circle? I do this for anybody, friends, lovers, husband, different people that I want to just like interact with. Even, you guys know, even before I have like parties and things like that, you guys, I take my sage, I clean the energy. When I finish having parties, you guys, I take my sage, I clean the energy in my house, because you guys know how I believe in that energy. but I'm always in contact with source directly because I have a direct line. You have a direct line, you guys. You don't need to go and listen to paying all this money, giving all of your time, effort, energy to another human who I promise you is flawed. How do I know that? Because we're all flawed. Michelle Thomas said, "Hi, Tracy. How are you? This is a great topic." Hi, CC. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much. You guys, is that background music too loud? I don't want it to be too loud while I read this article. So let me know if the music, if you guys can even hear it, and let me know if it's too loud or not. Okay, so let's go here and let's read this article. Pretty much kind of like, and this all just happened, you guys. And we're going to read this article, what just kind of happened over the last couple of days. Okay. I tried to do a little bit of prep by sending myself this article. Okay, here we go. So, and I'll put the link to this article, you guys, in the description box when we're done with the live. This is by SK Pop. So you guys can see. And it says, "Why is TD Jakes trending? Cassie Kim Porter burner phone claim erupts on TikTok. Sparks disbelief." Okay, that's the title of this article. And it says modified on December 21st, 2023. And it's by Anushri Madapa. I'm sure I butchered their name, but I came as close as I can. Okay. Okay, so before we read the what? I swear this phone is doing so much. No, with all the ads, can we not? Okay. So also I gave you guys the backstory on who Cassie is. You guys know, I'm sure know who P. Diddy is. Well, before Cassie, there P. Diddy had this girlfriend and mother of his children. Her name was Kim Porter. She is currently deceased. I don't know. I'm not even about to start quoting when she died, but there is also a lot of like suspicion and rumors around even her death. This was the former girlfriend of P. Diddy and also the mother of his children. Okay. So let's start the article. It says America's most prominent pastor, T.D. Jakes, began trending on the internet on December 21st, 2023, after a TikToker made certain shocking claims regarding the Christian preacher. On December 21st, a TikTok video from user Maisha surfaced on X, formerly Twitter, alleging that R&B singer Cassie Ventura has supposedly handed over evidence to the FBI incriminating Diddy a month after she filed a lawsuit accusing him of heinous acts of violence during their decade-long relationship. While Ventura, Cassie, has since settled the civil lawsuit against Bad Boy Records founder, social media user Maisha alleged that she had submitted further evidence to the FBI, including tapes of Diddy's parties and Kim Porter's, Diddy's ex-girlfriend's, burner phone. Porter, who passed away in 2018 at age 47, raised 4 children with Diddy. The TikToker then went on to claim that there was also an email that incriminated Diddy's close friend, Pastor T.D. Jakes, who officiated the burial of Kim Porter. Maisha played a clip of an unknown man alleging that Cassie had turned over tapes of Diddy's alleged depraved parties that involved multiple prominent people, including T.D. Jakes, who allegedly slept with multiple men at the soirees. It is important to note that the wild claims are unsubstantiated allegations made on social media. However, that didn't stop people from taking to multiple social media platforms and reacting to the claims, leading TD Jakes to trend on the internet. Netizens recat to TD Jakes' claims online. T.D. Jakes, the founder of the Potter House, a non denominational multicultural church and humanitarian organization in Dallas, is arguably the most prominent Christian preacher in the United States. Jakes, who is often found hobnobbing with celebrities, including Diddy, was named America's Best Preacher by Time magazine, as well as one of the nation's most influential and mesmerizing preachers, end quote, by the New York Times. Lately, Diddy's and TD Jakes' close friendship has come under the scanner after the former was sued by multiple women, talking about TD Jakes, alleging actual misconduct by hip hop mogul and his associates. Diddy has been open about his admiration for the pastor, whom he credited for helping him navigate through a dark period in his life. In 2021, Diddy and TD Jakes announced that they have collaborated to bring his exclusive sermon series to Revolt TV, the leading Black owned multimedia platform. You guys know, if you don't know, after the lawsuit with Cassie, Diddy had to basically step down from Revolt. A recent TikTok video alleging that Diddy's former girlfriend, Cassie, has turned over evidence exposing the duo's crimes has sparked disbelief online. The netizen also claimed the pastor had exploited young men at Diddy's parties. Is that the end of that article? Okay, no. While the claims against Jakes are unsubstantiated, this is not the first time the bishop has been embroiled in controversy. See, I didn't know this part until all this came out. In 2009, T.D. Jakes' son, Jermaine Jakes, was arrested after he allegedly exposed himself at Keast Park in Dallas and performed indecent actions in front of two individuals who turned out to be undercover police. Yikes. Last year, the eldest daughter of Bishop Cora Jakes Coleman's estranged husband, Richard Coleman, was accused of actually abusing their adopted daughter. The latest allegations against Diddy and Jakes come amid the rapper facing 4 lawsuits from 4 different women alleging assault by the hip hop mogul. One of the lawsuits claims Diddy and 2 other associates gang aped her when she was 17 years old. Diddy, who has denied the allegations, returned to social media to pay tribute to his late ex girlfriend, Kim Porter, on December 15th. Is that the end of that article? More ads, more ads, more ads. Um, okay. Okay, so that's the end of that article, you guys. All the rest of this is just ads. Okay. Wait. No. They're talking about it's a ad down here talking about Oprah Winfrey and her taking the diet pill Ozempic. These people. So that's what caused you guys the internets to go crazy about this TD Jakes lately. So here, I guess TD Jakes then quickly responded, right? So this article says, this is the Christian Post, and the title of the article is TD Jakes Camp Calls Trending Unverified Reports False addresses Diddy's parties. This is by Leonardo Blair, and this was on December 22nd. Okay. And again, I'll put the link to it, you guys, in the I'll put the link to it in the description. So on this one, we got to talk about, because we need to make sure that we let you guys know. Of course, TD Jakes, when all this came out, is like, this is all false. This is all rumors, y'all. As I told you guys with the P. Diddy situation, don't worry about it. It's going to all come out. It's going to just all come out. But we got to talk about PD. TD Jakes has spoken. Okay. So it says a representative for popular televangelist TD Jakes, who leads the Potter's House megachurch in Dallas, Texas, has dismissed as unequivocally false and baseless an unverified report casting innuendo about his sexuality and accusing him of being a frequent participant of X parties hosted by producer and music mogul Sean Combs, known by his stage name Diddy. Recent claims circulating on pockets of social media about Bishop T.D. Jakes are unequivocally false and baseless, Jordan A. Ora, Executive Director of Public Relations and Communications for the T.D. Jakes Group, T.D. Jakes Ministries, and the Potter's House, told the Christian Post in an exclusive statement on Thursday. So I just wanted to make sure that we put it out there that, of course, T.D. Jakes is denying all of these things. Okay. The thing that I find to be just so amazing, you guys, is that apparently there was also this, what would she call herself? I believe she would call herself a prophetess. And let me get her exact name of her channel, because I had to pull up her channel today. I just found this to be absolutely amazing. I guess they call themselves prophetess, but to me, in my world, I talk universe. I would say this is kind of like the equivalence, I think, of like a channeler, people who channel. But the name of this young lady's channel, you guys, I want you to look her up. The name of this girl's channel. And I'm going to play you guys a clip. She is so, I love the way she delivers. You guys know I'm not a Christian, but thank you. You guys know that I am not a Christian or anything, but I told you guys, I kind of like listening to everybody's viewpoint. Although I don't follow the Christian religion, you guys know I don't follow any religion. And I told you guys in a previous video why that is. I am a very spiritual person, but I am not a religious person at all. I don't follow anybody's religion. But this particular prophetess, her name of her channel is called, and I'm going to try to play a clip of this video because I want to give her recognition, because she called this. Okay. It's the voice. The name of her channel, you guys, is called The Master's Voice Prophecy Blog. Can you guys see that right there? And this young lady apparently, so she's trending also because, and you guys take it back because her videos are kind of lengthy, but on this one video, let me pull it up because you guys know I had to live before I came on and talked about her. I wanted to listen to this video. But this young lady made this video, you guys, where this was back in September of 2022. Again, I don't follow Christianity or anything like this, but I found this to be very freaking interesting. So she calls herself a prophetess. And back in September of 2022, she went in. So I keep saying September of 2022 because that was well before all of these allegations that are now coming out about TD Jakes. She went in. She was specific. You guys know how you can listen to a whether they call themselves like a prophetess or maybe they call themselves a fortune teller, tell the future, but oftentimes they will speak very general, like, pastors who are not sincere and of the word, are going to see a downfall in 2024, right? They can kind of speak very general. What I found to be very interesting about this young lady, you guys, is that she was very specific about TD Jakes and his judgment. Let me pull up this. And like I said, you guys, I listened to the whole video. I want to give you guys an idea what she looks like. This is her. You guys know I'm still working on and trying to get better at my live streaming. And I'm next time, hopefully next time, I'll have it set up where I can do it, where I can actually put all this stuff up on the screen. But for now, this is her. The name of her channel is called The Master's Voice. What did I say? Prophecy. The Master's Voice Prophecy Blog. Okay, so in this video, you guys can see September 14th, 2022. Right there. This is well before all these allegations. I'm telling you guys, all these allegations about TD Jakes, people have been kind of looking at him side-eye. Also, people apparently, I did not know this, you guys, because I told you guys I stopped following him years ago. But apparently, like, word on the curb had been out there, the rumors. Now, this is not factual, but apparently rumors have been out there that TD Jakes was a down low brother. I had no idea. I told you guys, I don't follow Christianity. I don't follow these religious people. I don't follow none of these people. So I didn't know anything about this. But as I was doing my research for this video, apparently people have been kind of like rumoring about the fact that TD Jakes is a down low brother. Like he likes eggplant. You guys. You guys, that's not even. I think most people too don't, especially in today's day and age. Michelle said, Tracy, this is a hot mess. Yes, Michelle. And people are upset. They are upset. And this is why I think that people are so upset. Again, like I said at the top of the video, because these are the very people who will try to preach to you all about the rights and the wrongs, and you shouldn't this, and the Bible said you better go to hell if you let me stop. This is why people are so upset. I don't really think in today's day, you guys, I don't think that most people really care if a guy likes other guys. Like, we're like, so what? Like, that is so old. We're like, and it's when you, though, like a Will Smith, it's when you are out here perpetrating this image to society, like you are this masculine man and you heterosexual. That's when people start having an issue with you. In TD Jakes' case, this is the reason why people are having so much issue. I don't think it's because he's just a regular man, just they found out was a homosexual. No, it's because for years, this man has been hiding behind the Bible, talking about the rights and the wrongs it is, and the Bible say this is right, and the Bible say that is wrong, only come to find out that this man is participating in some of possibly allegedly some of these like heinous criminal activity. Like apparently there is allegedly a young guy who is supposed to be filing a lawsuit against TD Jakes, claiming his allegations are that TD Jakes basically took advantage of him and aped him. Guys, I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm just finding this out in my, you guys know I told you, YouTube is my part-time job. So I'm just now finding this out that apparently we can't say certain words. So I got to use words like graped because we can't say, apparently we can't even say the word. I have to say X. So you guys kind of fill in the blank when I'm saying words like that, because I just found out we can't say this on YouTube. But the problem with these TD Jakes people, the problem with like these people like Eddie Long who went down, You guys remember the story? We can pull up the story about Eddie Long, who went down. And I remember even back then, Eddie Long supporters was holding on for dear life. They were like, no, my pastor wouldn't do this. Y'all better stop talking about Eddie Long. Eddie Long didn't do that. Only to find out, yes, he did do that. Yes, he did do that. And he did it with underage and young boys. Yes, he did do that. Church people are really, really funny. That's why I said, if you a church person like that and you super, super sensitive, don't get on my channel with your nonsense, because I will just delete and block you. If after my live goes up and you come in my comment section with your church stuff, you just gonna get blocked. So anyway, I know plenty of people in my family, people, former friends. They ride hard for their pastor. The evidence could be just like right there in their faces. And I don't know if it's possibly because they don't want to look like the fool. So maybe that's why they ride so hard until the bitter end. But I have known so many people, especially women, who go in hard for their pastor, their deacon, their bishop, doing the very thing that I tell you guys not to do. Stop praising these people. Stop worshiping other humans. Stop. You will be disappointed. And I have known plenty of people. The evidence could be just like right there in their faces that this pastor is no good. You guys know a lot of these pastors, look into their backgrounds. They have some very seedy backgrounds. I mean, like you former pimps, former whores, complete whores. Why are you all looking up to people giving you advice? And their background can be so seedy. And just because they say they are reformed, just because they say that they now are a Christian, you all just like bow down to them and just like completely let your guards down about these people. I am begging you guys to please stop doing that. I even know family members, you guys, where they will know that a pedophile is in the family. And when you go to try to expose that pedophile, I'm not even talking about like a blatant expose, like, oh my God, just totally put their name and everything on blast. You just like trying to warn the youth. I have seen and have family members completely disown me, stop talking to me. They know that this is also a pedophile in the family, but they know because they've either seen it or they themselves experienced this pedophile activity when they were a kid from this monster. But they will support, and in this case, like with TD Jakes, they will continue to worship this man knowing that he is a monster. They will continue to worship this man knowing that he presenting like he has this wife and he's all good and he's all holy. But behind closed doors, he's sleeping with different girls, young girls in the congregation, sleeping with young boys in the congregation, being unfaithful to his wife. Like literally his actions outside of church go against everything that he is preaching to you guys. I had an incident, you guys, where, and this is what I'm saying when I say these, oftentimes it'll be these women who will, and I love this prophetess. I'm gonna let you guys hear how she speaks, but I love it because she has another video, because I just went all in. You guys know I am not a Christian, but I'm open to hearing when I hear somebody kind of speaking the truth and it resonates with me. I don't care what your religion affiliation is. I'm like, that rings true to me. And one of the things that this prophetess that I'm going to let you guys hear, one of the things that another video she has, I love it. She goes, you guys, she's talking about, in that video, she's talking to other fellow Christians. And she says, you guys are pedophile worshipers. I was like, Dang, she went in. You guys, I'm gonna let you guys hear. She was like, you guys are pedophile worshipers and you guys are pedophile supporters. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, this girl is for real preaching the truth because of this here example, you guys. I had an example where I knew of a complete monster, a pedophile in my own family. I no longer associated with them, right? But I had heard of, and I knew that other family members still associated with this pedophile. They all know he's a pedophile, you guys. These are other women in the family. They all know he's a pedophile. They have many examples. They have had many of young girls who grew up to become adult women who were like, yes, he did the same thing to me. See, I'm getting excited. I knew of this pedophile in my own family. This is, I'm telling you guys this to let you guys know how hard these women will ride and support these freaking pedophiles in their congregation, in their own freaking families. How these women will set their own freaking kids up to get molested and ate great from these freaking pedophiles. Again, I'm not, nothing has been proven yet about TD Jakes, you guys. That's all allegations. I'm talking now about my specific story and experience with these pedophiles and these people who support these pedophiles. I knew of this pedophile. I knew of this pedophile because I had experienced it. Okay. I had personally experienced the molestation from this pedophile for years when I was a little girl. Other people in my family also had experienced this man and his heinous, horrific monster behavior to these little girls in the family for years. This is what I mean when I tell you guys how hard these women will ride for these men. And when I became an adult, and now it's younger ones coming in the family, and I was seeing these parents of these younger ones allowing their kids to be around this pedophile. And I still was like, and I went to the parents and I was like, why are you allowing your children to be around this pedophile? He's a monster. Keep in mind, you guys, the parents to these children, they also had experienced this pedophile activity from this monster in the family. And yet they were having their children still be around this monster. So I was just like, why? Letting their children, you guys, sit on this monster's lap. Letting this monster babysit their kids alone. So I was like so appalled by this. And I had kept my mouth shut. I had went to the parents. I'm like, why? And one of the parents had told me, they were like, he's reformed. I said, what? They said that was something in his past. He's reformed now. He follows the word. He goes to church every week, Tracy. This is how they were talking to me. They were like, he goes to church every week. This man had started carrying around the Bible, you guys, carrying around the Bible everywhere he went. And I was like, I don't give a crap if he does go to church. You know he's a pedophile. I know he's a pedophile. Everybody pretty much in the family knew about this man being a pedophile, you guys. These were her children, though. This was not my place to interfere with any of this. Years later, you guys, so I never said anything to her kids. I'm like, I cannot interfere, but this had been weighing so heavy on my heart. Every time I would see their kids around this monster, I was just like, you guys, why are you setting your children up like this? Why? So later on, when I became much older, I just had to let it go, you guys. I had to do one of those uh uh let go and let God. I had to like do one of those moments. I was like, let go and let God, Tracy. That those are not your children. You've talked to the parents, you've asked them why, they told you why, they feel like this man is reformed and all this type of stuff. Well, later on in life, you guys, and I'm an adult still, but even more into my adulthood, I had found out that this they of course were still, hanging around this pedophile and allowing this pedophile to be around their children. And I later on made a video, not mentioning anybody's name, not mentioning anything, but I knew, because now these kids who were little bitty kids back then, you guys know, these kids 12 and 13 years old now, that's all they know is the internet. So I knew, I didn't know for sure, but I just, like my senses told me, they watch your videos. They watch your videos, Tracy. And so it was just heavy on my heart, you guys. And I want to say this was Christmas time 2 years ago. This is Christmas 23. I want to say this was Christmas of 21, you guys. Christmas of 21 came about. And you guys, it was just heavy on my soul. And I had gotten word of mouth, through word of mouth. I didn't know this was true or anything. I had just got word of mouth that this pedophile again was going to be around these kids. They're now like preteens at this point. And it was just heavy on my heart, you guys, heavy on my heart. And so, because I knew that those preteens watched my video, I made a video. I did not mention anybody's name. Of course, you guys know I didn't mention any of the kids' names. I didn't mention the monster's name. I didn't mention any adult's name. I didn't mention any family member's name. I didn't mention any friends' name. I mentioned no names whatsoever. And I was real gentle in that video. And I was literally just saying, I wasn't even saying, like, if you listening to me, like, I wasn't even saying that. I just was saying, I was talking very general, you guys, and I was saying, young people, your own parents will put you in direct fire. They will put you in the direct line of fire of a freaking pedophile. And in that video, I'm talking general as heck, you guys. And in that video, even in that video, I'm telling you guys now, I was talking about a family member. I'm telling you guys now, I was talking to the youth, all of the youth in my family. Because you guys got to remember, I don't talk to any of these people on the phone. I don't communicate with any of these people via text, phone, nothing. Something just told me, source had just told me, they watch your videos, Tracy. They watch your videos. Say it through your video. They watch your videos. I made this video. I didn't say family members. I didn't say who I was talking about. I just was talking very general, you guys. And I was like, youth. I'm talking to the youth. I said, I am talking to all of you. I said, this is weighing heavy on my heart. I said, this is the holiday season. I said, these people will be around you. I said, your own parents will allow these people to come into your house and visit for the holidays. I said, go off of your senses. Go off of energy. Don't let these other family members make you believe that just because this person is a family member, just because this person is a friend of the family, that you should trust them. I said, youth, listen to me. Go off of your own energy. If your spidey senses tell you that something is not right with this man, something is not right with this person, do not be left alone with them. And in this video, you guys can see I got really passionate. And I was like, I don't care what your parents say. Because your parents are going to say something like, "Oh, it's okay to be around Uncle Joe." And in that video, I kept saying Uncle Joe. That's not this person's name, you guys. You guys know I don't ever mention anybody's name. And so I kept saying, your parents are going to say something like, "Oh, yeah, it's okay to be around Uncle Joe. That's your Uncle Joe. That's your Uncle Joe. It's okay to be around him." I said, I'm telling you now, youth, go off of your spidey senses. I don't care why or how or what you tell your parents. Get away from them. If your energy and what you're picking up off of this person is ill and ill intent, I'm begging you to follow your own gut feeling and instinct and do not be left alone with this monster. This is all I said, you guys. This is all I said. And I basically was like, it's the holidays coming around. You guys are going to be exposed to, I'm talking to the youth. I was like, you guys are going to be exposed to a lot of different family members that normally throughout the year, you're not necessarily around. I said, but people coming in and out of town, coming in and out your house, because this actually, you guys, is one of the ways that it had happened to me as well when I was a kid. What happens is it's like the parents kind of like let their guards down. It's the holidays. They over there cooking. They doing this. They doing that. And Uncle Joe, again, I'm saying this is not any of these pedophiles because it was multiple people. It's not. This is not any of these pedophiles that this family knew of. This is not their name, you guys. I'm just making this name up. I just make up Uncle Joe. This is not any of these monsters' name. We just gonna call them monsters. But oftentimes, this is what will happen. The mom and the parents, they all in the kitchen. Hey, cooking. Hey, you're not Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And the kids will be off in another room watching TV or something. And then here come Uncle Joe. Tell them, oh, what y'all watching? And then, next thing you know, your child sitting on Uncle Joe's lap. And this man over here getting off on your child. And so it had been weighing so heavy on my heart, you guys. So I made this video 2 years ago, not mentioning anybody's name. And I want to say the name of the video was something like, "Beware of Uncle Joe." Youth. It was like a message to the youth. Beware of Uncle Joe and to not listen to your freaking parents. And in that video, I literally said it'll be your own freaking parents who will know that this is a monster in the family and they will still leave you alone with this freaking known pedophile. Do you guys know? Pretty much. You guys know at that point, I wasn't talking to anybody in my family anyway, right? Like I told you guys, everything about that video was just coming off of my spidey senses. I had went to bed that night before and I woke up that next morning and I was like, Tracy, you got to tell them. It was just like heavy. It was just like Source was just like, Tracy, you have got to warn the youth. And I had remembered the same warning that I had given my own son, because remember, I told you guys that I went to and was raised up in all Catholic schools. And so up until the age of like 5th grade, I had Gary in Catholic schools as well. And I remember I told Gary this when he was like in kindergarten. I said, I don't give a dang on who it is. Priest, nun, teacher. I said, you know what it is when someone is touching you inappropriately, right? I said, you know what your private, I told Gary this, he was kindergarten. I told you guys how I used to talk to Gary when he was in kindergarten. I never did that whole baby goo goo gaga stuff. And I told Gary serious when he was in kindergarten. I said, I don't care who it is. A family member, a priest, a nun, a teacher. If anybody touches you in your private parts, you know your private parts, right? I say, you come and tell me. You come and tell me, because oftentimes, you guys, that's what a lot of these like parental figures, people of authority, that's kind of like what they lean into. They kind of lean into this whole, idea and aspect of, oh, I'm a pastor. Oh, I'm the bishop. They know that you guys are oftentimes going to let your guards down, because you're going to be thinking, this is a man of the word. This is a man who follows the Bible. He would never do anything harmful to me. And I'm trying to tell you, T-Bird trying to tell you, yes, they will. They are banking on the fact that you are going to trust them because they are of authority, because they are in a parental role, because they are part of your family, because they are friends of the family, because they are priests, because they are pastors, because they are deacons. And these are some of the most corrupt freaking people. You guys, because I had made that video speaking very, very general, and I was speaking to the youth, and I never even said it was a family member. I definitely didn't mention any names. I just simply was like, youth, be careful. Go off of your gut feeling. Trust no one. If your gut tells you that this is not a person to be trusting, don't trust them. That's all I pretty much have said in this short video, right, you guys? I had pretty much stopped talking to my family anyway. But I later found out another family member had gotten in touch with me and basically had told me that all of the family, apparently they had, like, somebody had, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was one of the youth. I don't know who it was, but one of the family members must have heard that video. They know who I was talking about, but I didn't mention any names. Simply because I had made that video warning their kids. This family member had later came back and said that they basically totally disowned me. Not that it mattered to me at all. You guys know I wasn't talking to these crazy nutso people. But the point of the matter is that, what if I was still talking to them? They had completely disowned me. And they said that it was because I basically had made this video warning their children. I'm saying and giving you guys that personal, very personal example to let you guys know how hard some people will ride for a straight up pedophile. Not just, oh, it's kind of what's the rumor. No, people who they know. They have had multiple women come to them and say, he did it to me. 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 And they will still ride for these pedophiles. So I love it when this prophet says, she goes, yeah, she goes, she goes, you guys, she was talking to Christians, and she said, you Christians are pedophile worshipers. Let me let you guys hear a clip of her. She is also very, very well spoken. And again, you guys, back in September, this is what she said about September of 2022, before all of this came about. This is what this young lady said about TD Jakes. The name of the video, if you guys want to listen to it in its entirety, the name of the video is called TD Jakes Prophecy. Death is his judgment by the Lord. This is what she said. I'm going to try to, it's about 48 minutes long. So I tried to remember when she actually starts to, I tried to remember the minute when she starts to mention his name. Okay. So hopefully I'm going to see if this is it. Listen to her. Hopefully. Let me know if you guys can hear this, okay?
Very early in the morning, cloudy morning, a fitting morning for these words. September 13, 2022. And the title of this prophecy, the entire focus of this prophecy is the man known as Bishop T.D. Jakes. The title is T.D. Jakes and the Fivefold Ministry. And this prophecy is just, it's not even published yet. And so I'm just going to read from what I have. Oh, before I start, I will go chronologically. So in 2014, let me just go here. The title of this prophecy, this is a private prophecy, and I shared a little bit about it in the prophecy that is called No More False Prophecy. I'm just going to read a few things here, not everything. This prophecy I received when I was in that period where God had isolated me unto himself. And one of the things, as I said, that I learned from God himself, because this is not often preached, is that you can lose your life for messing with the precious things of God. And so the Lord said that he was going to shake the world. I'm going to shake it. I'm going to lift it up the way they lifted up that baby in front of King Solomon, and I'm going to rattle it until everything that is not fixed, it means anything that is not built on a sure foundation, everything that is not nailed down is going to tumble out, be destroyed, and be put in disarray. I'm going to shake this world the way a big, strong man grabs hold of a smaller man and shakes him until all the change rolls out of his pocket, until his teeth are shaking in his mouth. Part of what the Lord said is that in 10 years' time, he had his eye on particular ministers. He said that he was going to be watching them. He was going to be weighing them in the balance. And I spoke about this in the video about, it's called A Word to the Righteous. God said he was going to be weighing fivefold ministers in the balance. This word was given to me on January 17, 2014, and it's simply called A Word on January 17, 2014. He said he was going to be evaluating them, and within 10 years, he would have reached an estimation on some of the world's biggest ministers. So imagine there's just me. I'm just with God, spending more and more time in my notebooks, beginning to fill up my notebooks with things that I've never heard, and growing a healthy.
Now, again, you guys, keep in mind, I am not a Christian. So I don't believe in anything that, as far as like when she's talking about, like when she's quoting, different, aspects of the Bible. You guys know I don't believe in any of that. I want you guys to hear this for the simple fact that she called this TD Jakes thing long time ago. And even in this video is from September of 2022. But because I listened to the whole video in its entirety, and she is saying that she had even called this TD Jakes thing. I want to say she said she had went back as far as like 2014. She said, I believe she said that she had recordings of calling this TD Jakes thing long time ago.
Fear of God, and to just little me, God begins to name names: Joyce Meyer, TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long, Benny Hinn. And he said that these people would be weighed. He was going to check each one of them. And he said, not all of them will be around at the end of the 10-year period. And not all of them are going to see my face either. They're going to die one by one, Celestial, and you are going to hear about it. He says that some of them will be in heaven. So God says that there would be ministers who, even though they die, their final estimation would be with him in heaven. He said that these ones that are taken away, they will see my face because I took them away to keep them from perdition.
Okay, let me go here, you guys. I think it's around here.
With no remorse, with not one twinge of shame, of repentance for what they have done. The bellies of the saints will roll as their leaders continue to fall. Scandals will come out, and your sex tape will be floating around on the internet until you will never want to preach again. And
you guys, this is what I mean when I say this young lady here, she wasn't just saying like this like general term, like, oh, pastors and ministers, they will see a fall, soon. No, she was like very specific. This is why this young lady here is also trending all over the good internets and the streets, because people are like, oh my God, this girl called it. She literally throughout, you guys have, again, go and check her channel out, you guys, because her videos are pretty lengthy. And again, I was just so intrigued by her videos, not because I'm a Christian or I follow, her belief or her religion, but because of how like on point she was in calling out this situation with TD Jakes. She was saying in these videos, you guys, repeatedly, she kept saying that not only was TD Jakes allegedly, I'm not saying this, you guys, this is what this young lady was saying in her prophecy. She was saying that TD Jakes was all about the business, all about the money, that basically she was saying he had sold his soul to the devil, to Satan. She was saying that he's all about the money, and like I told you guys before, and she was saying he is a flaming, these were her words, she was saying that he was a flaming homosexual. But then she goes in even more detail, you guys, back then, and she starts going in, because a lot of what she talks about in her minister is that she's trying to save the youth, that she's trying to save these kids, and how basically like that is the ultimate sin. As far as okay, if they're Christian, I guess Christians don't believe that it's okay for you to be gay. But she's basically going so hard because she's saying that these different ministers or whatever, hiding behind the Bible, hiding behind the religion, hiding behind the word of God, she goes in hard, and what she's fighting for is the youth. And she's like, basically that he is graping these youthful boys. She was saying back then, she was also saying back then that tapes will be revealed. This is why this young lady has been blowing up and trending. Also, you can just pull up TD Jakes, and then all this stuff that I'm talking about today is going to come up, you guys. But then also pull up like the prophecy on TD Jakes, and I promise you this young lady is going to come up, because everybody is just like so shocked at how detailed she had called this stuff. She kept saying that also, because I told you I listened to the entire video, and in the entire video, you guys, she keeps on saying that TD Jakes is basically going to burn like right in front of his entire congregation, that he is going to be humiliated. She's saying that God is basically going to humiliate this man. Like he's not going to just go down with some rumors that he was homosexual. No, she goes into detail, and she's like, her prophecy was saying that God is going to humiliate this man, like in front of everybody, like in front of the masses. And she keeps talking about these videotapes are going to be exposed. And this is what I was telling you guys at the top of the video. This is why TD Jakes is trending so much right now, because apparently they're saying that Cassie had to hand over documentation, videotapes, a burner phone that Kim Porter had, basically showing TD Jakes' involvement in all of these like horrific and heinous acts. She is back in September of 22 saying, talking about these videotapes will be revealed. That is crazy. Michelle said, did you see the movie Hunk for Jesus? No. Save Your Soul with Sterling K. Brown. This movie is a lot like what is going on with these fake pastors. No, I have not, Michelle. I'm gonna have to look that up. Is it on Netflix? You know I'm a Netflix fiend. I hope it's on Netflix. Is it on Netflix, Michelle? Okay, let's continue with what she was saying, guys.
God said in another prophecy, this one is printed, that TD Jakes is basically going to lose his life at a time when legal battles, God said that this man is going to go down fighting to keep a few shreds of his reputation in place. One of the things that the Lord said in the prophecies that are already printed is that he will go down fighting to suppress evidence. So, when you come to court and they have this fiery evidence against you, and the prosecutor wants to submit that evidence, and the defense team is saying, oh, no, it's prejudicial, no, you can't admit it. They're saying that because they know if that evidence drops in court and a jury of peers sees that stuff, they're going to hand down a guilty verdict in like 27.4 seconds when they send them out to deliberate. God said this man is going to use considerable power, considerable money to suppress info. These kids are going to be the accusers. Who brought Bishop Eddie Long down? Was it some huge conglomerate? It was those little children and the evidence and pictures that they had on their cell phones that toppled that empire. And the same thing is going to happen to the Potter's house. God said,
This girl. Michelle said it might be. Oh, I hope so. I'll look it up anyway, Michelle. I don't care if I have to pay to rent it. I'll pay to rent it. Especially if it's talking about this here good stuff about these fake pastors. You guys had better take heed and pay attention to who you are worshiping. If you are out here worshiping and contributing, and don't get me wrong, you guys, I have no problem with supporting people, good people. I don't have any problems with like supporting people or getting a good word out there, right? What I have a problem with is when people just go all in with this just unyielding, unwavering support for another human, even when they find out that this person is not above board. Now, again, you guys, I'm not a Christian, but most Christians apparently do believe that I guess I don't know, it's kind of changing. I don't see how they make this make sense. But I guess you have some people in the Christian camp who are like homosexuals. It is okay now. It is okay. And you guys know I don't follow any Christian. I don't have any problem at all with homosexuality. I don't have a problem if TD Jakes is homosexual. I like that. I don't have a problem with it at all. What I have a problem with is you presenting this totally different image and basically scamming people, because that's all he's doing is scamming people like you are this just like almighty righteous person. I do have a problem if it comes out that this man has violated youthful people. I have a huge problem with that. I don't care about him being homosexual, you guys, but if he indeed violated young boys, this is a problem. This needs to be dealt with. It has to come out, you guys. It will come out. I'm not worried about it. It will come out. If he's innocent and he didn't do any of these things, then the tapes or whatever tapes that Cassie turned over will show that. It'll show that he didn't have any involvement in it at all. Don't worry about it, you guys. If TD Jakes is your pastor and bishop that you follow, if he indeed didn't have any involvement with this, his name will be cleared. His name will be clear. It'll be all okay. But if he was, and if they do have proof and documentation and tapes and recordings that do show that this man was involved in criminal behavior, graping, having intimate relations with underage boys, girls, whomever, he's going to pay for this, you guys. He has to. But so that you guys are not in a future position of being disappointed by these men, by these other humans, I'm going to beg and ask of you, stop putting these people on pedestals. Another thing, you guys, that I recently saw, and again, I don't follow Tyler Perry like that either. But when I was doing my research for this video, I was seeing that I knew that Tyler Perry played a woman in a lot of his like plays and movies. I too, though, had heard that the rumor was that Tyler Perry uh, loves eggplant as well. Like, okay, like so what? But apparently, I guess like his name is also being brought up because there's a young man by the name of, ooh, I don't really follow these people, you guys. Christian Keys, I believe. And apparently he's an actor and he used to play on previous movie, a Tyler Perry movie, right? And so apparently I want to say, was it last weekend? I remember when this all happened, I was in California. So was that last weekend? So anyway, not too long ago, this Christian Keys guys came out and basically didn't say the name, but he basically was saying that there's this billionaire who basically had been trying to take advantage of him or putting him in very compromising positions. But he did not say the person's name. But the social media, like I told you guys, is a beast. And they just went into all their little investigative, work and narrowed it down to how many black billionaire men there are, because he said it was a billionaire. He said it was a black person, somebody that he worked with. And so, the social media just went crazy with it, right? And they start narrowing it down. How many like black, male billionaires are there? And so they've been bringing it up allegedly that it could possibly be, because the Christian guy never said the person's name, but it came up. And when the internet's got a hold of it, they basically came up with it, and basically through deduction came up with a couple of names, and Tyler Perry's name was one of them. Well, I then saw, you guys, and again, I thought that Tyler Perry just did these movies, like these little black movies. But apparently, I guess even Tyler Perry has gotten more involved in the religion or religious aspect of things. And I don't know if he now calls himself a pastor. I don't know what he calls himself. But I saw this video clip, you guys, which is where the thumbnail came from. This video clip, you guys, just pull it up. Tyler Perry laying hands on TD Jakes. Tyler Perry anointing TD Jakes. The last I heard, I didn't know anything about Tyler Perry being a pastor or a minister. But here TD Jakes is, and the video is so freaking funny, you guys, because TD Jakes, he got some acting skills. And again, this is going to wrap all the way back around when I told you guys TD Jakes is all about the freaking money. Anytime you know that your pastor and your minister is all about the money, your antennas should be going up, you guys. That means they will do anything for the money. So in this particular video, apparently Pastor TD Jakes is doing a sermon, and he's talking about he needs some money for this organization or something he started or whatever. I don't know all the details. But Tyler Perry in this video, you guys just look it up, it'll come up. Tyler Perry in this video, comes to the stage, and he's like, I don't know why. And he's like, immediately kind of started talking in this kind of, you guys know how they'll do, these like preachy voices, I don't know why, who did it for what? Like he starts immediately kind of talking like that, this Tyler Perry person. And who I thought was just a movie producer and actor. And so Tyler Perry comes to the stage with TD Jakes, who's a known pastor, bishop. And he's like, immediately kind of takes the stage. And he's like, I don't know why, but it was put on me. And I guess he's saying God told him that he needs to give $1 million to this, organization that TD Jakes was promoting and talking about. And so immediately the congregation, you guys, like started like clapping and like we're like really like kind of falling in line with this kind of like preachy way that he was going about delivering what he was about to do. And he basically said, and I'm going to give, $1 million because God told me to give $1 million. And so he's going to give $1 million to this organization that TD Jakes was just talking about, right? You guys, in the video, why is it that now Tyler Perry done got so in depth with his preaching, and he just preaching all like this, right? And the next thing you know, Tyler Perry, who I did not know was supposed to be a pastor, Tyler Perry then goes like this, you guys, and puts his hand. You guys know, like when you see, like in the church, and somebody's about to anoint you. I don't know what Tyler Perry was anointing TD Jakes with, but he like put his hand on TD Jakes' head like this. That's what you guys see in the thumbnail. And then TD Jakes falls back like, ah! I don't know why though. To me, you guys, this just looks like a play. This the whole scene just looked like it belonged to a movie. Like even TD Jakes just looked like he was just acting. And so Tyler Perry goes like this, and he's like, I'm anointing. How is Tyler Perry anointing TD Jakes? I have no idea. Like I told you guys, I don't follow the religion. I don't follow that faith. I didn't know that just like regular old like TV producers, actors, directors can anoint a pastor. This just looked weird as hell to me. But hey, Tyler Perry goes like this and is anointing TD Jakes. And then TD Jakes falls back with his acting self. Okay. With his acting self. TD Jake falls back and he's like, oh! And he's getting anointed by Tyler Perry. I don't know how long ago this was, you guys, but all I know is members of, come on, Bray. All I know is that members of TD Jakes church and congregation antenna should have been doing this. How is Tyler Perry anointing you, TD Jakes? How, sir? What are y'all doing? They are just all for show, you guys. This is what you guys have got to know and realize about these people. They are actors. They are just acting. This man, TD Jakes, is no more holier than you. This TD Jakes and Tyler Perry are no more in direct contact with the source than you. So why are you guys giving them all of your just devout faith and worshiping another man? You guys, the TD Jakes will not be, obviously was not the first. He won't be the last. You guys are going to continue to be disappointed if you continue to put all of your faith in another human. They're going to disappoint you. They are flawed just like all of us. Stop putting these people up on pedestals. So when things like this happen, you don't have to be so discouraged and heartbroken. Like members of TD Jakes church are just like so heartbroken. A lot of them are like, no, this just can't be true. These are all lies. This just can't be true about my pastor. This can't be true about the bishop. No, the bishop ain't done. He ain't done. He ain't done. They don't want to believe, you guys. You have to understand. They don't want to believe it. And let them have that. Let them have that. But for the people who are willing to not be in this type of position again, I am asking you, hear me when I say, stop worshiping other humans. This is why I tell you guys oftentimes on this channel where I say to you guys, you're going to have to get to a point where even your own parents, you're going to have to start questioning things. Because all they're doing is programming into you different things that was programmed into them. You're going to have to start breaking these generational curses and start thinking for yourself, using your own discernment. Stop going off of, oh, well, my family said that this person is good. Well, my family said that this person is right. This person reads from the Bible, so he has to be good. You guys have got to start having antennas up and using your own discernment. Start going inward and asking your own self, reveal this person to me. Reveal this person to me. Is this person true? Is this person genuine? Is this person good? Is this person right for me? Before you start just blindly devoting yourself, devoting your time, your money. These people going to watch this man every week, listening to him and his recordings and things like that, on the online, following his channels, following his TV shows. Stop following people blindly, you guys. Just go within and ask your inner source. Reveal this person to me. And I promise you, when you get quiet and you ask source to reveal a person to you, I promise they'll reveal it to you. If you are one of these followers of TD Jakes and you just like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. T-Bird is telling you, go within, get in a meditative state, ask your inner source, say, reveal this to me. Is this true? Is this correct, what they're saying about my pastor, if that's your pastor, or if you follow TD Jakes? Just ask your inner self to reveal it to you. And I promise you, it will be so blatant. And like I've told you guys before, ask for the answer to be so blatant that you cannot deny it. Ask source to deliver that revelation to you and be so blatant and so clear that you cannot deny it. So you can stop being confused. And then go off of your inner gut, you guys. Go off of your intuition. I really feel like that is one of the main disservices that education, religion, parenting, we do to ourselves, is that we don't teach how to go off of your own intuition, how to go off of your own gut feeling. Stop relying on another human to give you the answer. You have the answers. Oftentimes we are just so distracted and we just want somebody else to tell us the answer. We want somebody else to tell us the right and the wrong. You have a direct line to source. You can ask source anything. And I promise you, source will reveal it to you. So you don't have to worry about the rumors. You don't have to be disheartened. Start worshiping the inner God in you. Start referring to and seeking guidance from your inner source, for your inner God. It's always there, you guys. It's always with you. Ask your inner source for the answer. Ask your inner source for the guidance. Ask your inner source for the advice. And stop looking to these pastors, bishops, and deacons who are nothing but just another human to provide you with the answers that you already have. Okay, you guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm sure you guys are going to probably see more and more things are going to start coming out about this TD Jakes situation. Again, you guys, the video is just to kind of give you a heads up that just because somebody stands behind that Bible and is holding that Bible and is so well spoken and delivers that message of the Bible in such an eloquent way, do not be fooled. These very people can be absolute demons and monsters. Go within and ask and tap into your own inner God. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you as usual. Love you, love you, love you too. Pieces. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.